12 minutes away for the markets, 137 points higher, 7,860 odd level. A little bit of 10 points selling coming in, but again, considering what's happened since morning, one would have taken that. Sensex is up 500 odd points, close to 500, 475 to be precise. We were talking to Pradeep Harchandani, he's still with us. Ruchit Jain also joins in the interaction. Ruchit, we were speaking about the auto pack. We did not talk about Maruti and Bajaj Auto. Can you start with that? What's the view on these two names?
Good afternoon, Pankaj. Well, overall, the auto pack has been doing well, and what we have seen similarly participation by large cap stocks such as Maruti and Bajaj Auto also. These stocks still continue to look positive. Specifically speaking about Maruti, if I just observe the last couple of months, what the stock had did in the first week of March, it had formed a bullish engulfing pattern after a corrective move, which was a reversal pattern and which indicated that the trend for the stock had changed. Now, after that reversal pattern during the month of March, the stock rallied up to 3780 and then corrected exactly 61.8% and has resumed its uptrend. So it's definitely a positive sign for the stock that it had resumed its uptrend from its crucial support zone. And I think this up move would get carried further higher. 3860 is the first target that we are watching out in Maruti, where there would be 89 days of EMA resistance coming in, and once even if 3860 is crossed, then it may extend its up move to 4000, where AB is equal to CD, which means that previous up move will be equivalent from recent low. So we are still bullish on the Maruti. 3870 would be the first target, as I said. Even Bajaj Auto, today it has given a breakout from a falling trend line, and the breakout with the gap area and the positive follow-up momentum in today's session clearly indicates that this is a part of the uptrend itself. So I think upside momentum would get continued. 2670, 2780 is the level that we are watching out for this stock in the next week.
Right. Pradeep, what will be your view on DLF? It's a name which slowly and steadily from 80 has moved to 122.
I think DLF has done a good job by sustaining above its 200 DMA, but more important than that, I would watch out for a trendline hurdle which is placed on its weekly charts, and that goes back to February 2015. Now, if you draw these major tops, the trendline resistance comes around 125 kind of region. So this is a major tough area after this up move. Once that is taken out, then we can talk about higher levels of 140. That's where its 34-month moving average is placed. But as I mentioned, 123, 125 is the region where DLF faces tough resistance. I think if you talk about real estate space, then Godrej Properties and Nesco have been our preferred pick, and compared to DLF, HTL is looking better on its weekly charts because it has taken out the hurdle on its weekly chart, and there is no major resistance as we are seeing in the case of DLF. HTL doesn't face that kind of hurdle, so if you have to pick and choose, then HTL would be a better bet compared to DLF. And overall, we like housing finance as a space rather than real estate.
Right. Ruchit, your view on DLF, HDIL also?
Well, I think DLF would halt its momentum around 127, 128. We have seen from the lows of about 70, 72, whatever low that was registered in February, the stock has given an impulsive up move, and any impulsive up move is generally in 5 waves. Already the stock has completed its 4 waves of up move, and this current up move in last few days is a fifth leg of this impulsive up move. So fifth leg is generally the last leg of impulsive up move, after which you can expect a corrective action. Now we have some overlapping waves coming in last few days, which clearly indicates that there is some sort of rising diagonal being formed over here. So I don't think there's a hurdle, this hurdle which is coming around 127, 128 zone, that would be crossed anytime soon. So anyone who has already created long positions in DLF, I think it's prudent that around 127, 128 one should look to book profits and exit. Let some decline come again up to 108, 110 levels. I think those would be good levels to enter longs again in this stock. Similarly, I think this even SDIL, although it's showing some strength currently, but I think this entire real estate pack would follow up together itself. We have seen DLF showing positive momentum first in recent past, which was followed by SDIL and IBReal. I think similar momentum would carry on. I don't believe that any one stock would outperform and other would fall. I think they would be in sync itself. So from real estate pack, another 2-3% or 1 or 2% up move from current levels. I think it would be good time to take out profits from short-term trading positions.
Right. Ruchit, if we look at some of the other names that have done well, they've been from the metals pack. So how would you view Hindalco, maybe a Tata Steel from here on? You think they can rally quite a bit from here?
Pankaj, they have already rallied significantly from the lower levels. Hindalco still showing signs of strength. It's not showing any kind of weakness. But Tata Steel, I think, Tata Steel is nearing its resistance of 340, 338 levels. So I think even up move would be limited in Tata Steel over here. Some overlapping waves have been seen in Tata Steel, rising diagonal, similar what I was talking about in DLF, similar sort of rising diagonal is being formed. RSI is not going higher, it is forming lower tops now, so that's a negative divergence being shown on the daily charts. So I think it's due for a corrective action in Tata Steel. 338, 340 range would be the resistance zone from where this could correct. Definitely the stocks among the metal packs, Hindalco and Vedanta, they are not showing any signs of weakness. So I think those two stocks could continue to outperform the metal packs now.
Right. Pradeep, your view on the metals pack? Let's start with Tata Steel.
I think Tata Steel, as Ruchit mentioned, has run up quite a bit. To my mind, resistance, the next major hurdle or target we have been working with is 350. That's where its 34-month moving average is placed. So I think that would be the area where stock would do well to consolidate a bit for making a fresh up move. As far as metal is concerned, we have been quite bullish on this metal pack for quite some time. JSW Steel, as you know, has been our top pick over here. Here we have been working with target of 1370 for quite some time. So that is about to get achieved. So I think this is the area where Tata Steel and JSW Steel from 2-3% from here would face good strong resistance levels and can consolidate a bit. Hindalco, I would agree, has some more room to go up. The stock has recently broken out, taken out its previous weekly top, and it has further up moved, further space till about 112, 113 kind of level. So yes, I think Hindalco looks from the percentage gain perspective, Hindalco can yield more than Tata Steel and JSW Steel, as they have moved quite a bit and near their important resistance levels.
Right. Those were about the large cap names. Pradeep, let's focus on some mid cap ones. Tata Chemical, any view? 7% higher today?
Now, after today's up move, Tata Chemical is placed around its 200 DMA, which is at 401 kind of level. So this area I would watch out very closely. Looking at the oscillators, I think it has wherewithal to cross this 200 DMA and the kind of volume it is showing. I think in that case, next major target would be around 425, 430 kind of region, where its previous tops as well as upper band of Bollinger on weekly chart is placed. So I think yes, further 4-5% of move cannot be ruled out in Tata Chemical.
Right. Ruchit, Nalco, how would you look at it? From the metals pack, it's up 7% today.
The mid-cap stocks, Pankaj, have been outperforming recently. In last couple of days we have seen, and I think these would continue to outperform the broader markets unless we see any kind of significant top getting formed in the market or some sort of correction coming on in the market. So I think it's just a follow-up move, since most of the large cap metal stocks have already rallied significantly in the last 2-3 months. Now it has been followed up by this such a mid cap stocks. I won't get carried over too much over here in these stocks, since I think even in Nalco levels wise 44, 45 would be the level where again resistance would coming for the stock. So I won't, one should not get much carried away now in these stocks, and rather avoid trading in mid cap metals over here.
Right. As far as something like a Shilpa Medicare is concerned, Ruchit, any view on the charts? 18% higher today.
It's generally a low volume stock. We usually do not see very high volumes in this. It's a bit illiquid. Definitely the trend today has turned positive because we have seen gap up opening followed by which has been followed by very good volumes. So the momentum may continue towards 530, 540 where previous resistances of November 2015 are coming in. So one could trade with positive biases in this stock, but definitely since it's a low volume stock, one needs to take that into factor while trading.
Right. Ruchit, Pradeep, just stay on with me. 138 points higher for the Nifty, 466 for Sensex. We're just about minutes away from closing. Power Grid is up 1.2. ONGC up about 1%. Bharti Airtel 350 odd levels. Ambuja Cement up about 3.5%. 231, 232 for Ambuja Cement. Reliance Industries is up 1.2%. 1065. HDFC Limited is up 2.3. Tata Motors DVR looks like 300 plus in terms of closing. L&T up about 1.2%. M&M up 7%. Clearly the stock of the day. IndusInd Bank up 1.3%. Kotak Bank up 1.6%. Sun Pharma up about 1% or so. GAIL absolutely flat, no major change. Wipro up 2.8%. That's on the back of the buyback news. HUL up 2.8%. Lupin flat towards the end of the trading session. Yes Bank up 1.2%. Bharti Infratel absolutely flat. Aurobindo Pharma opened closer to 800 but now flat. HCL Tech down about 0.5%. Z Entertainment down about 1% or so. Maruti up 4.5%. It was clearly the day of autos. It was led by M&M, but some of the other names then really played a catch-up role. TCS up about 0.5%. BPCL up about 0.7%. Asian Paints up about almost 0.75%. Ultratech was among the top gainers. Bajaj Auto 4.6% higher. Hero MotoCorp up 5%. Dr. Reddy's up 0.6%. That's the closing bell. 138.25 points higher for the Nifty. Again, this is provisional close. We'll get the adjusted close in just a bit. Sensex up about 474 points. Hindalco up 4%. SBI up 1.8%. ICICI Bank was among the top gainers, 5% higher. BHEL 4.6% on the higher side. Tata Motors 3.2% higher, 408, 410 towards close. Tata Steel was up about 2.5%. Axis Bank up 1.2%. ITC up about 2.8%. Idea Cellular was up 1.5%. Tata Power 3% higher. Infosys down about 0.5%. Bharti Airtel up about 0.25%. Power Grid up about 1.2%. ONGC up 0.78%. Ambuja Cement up about 3.5%. Top gainer of Nifty on your screen. M&M up 7.3%, 1,331 for M&M. ICICI Bank followed it, 5% higher, 240. Maruti up 4.7%, 3,744 after a long time. This name has done well. BHEL, there is really no stopping to this name. 4.6% higher, 12 million shares traded. Bajaj Auto, 4.5% higher, 2,574 for that name. Most of the auto pack, metals pack did very, very well. Hindalco was up 4%, 95.96 rupees. Tata Steel did particularly well. Hero MotoCorp was up 3.6%, 3,163.64 for Hero MotoCorp. Ambuja Cement up 3.5%. 231, 232 for Ambuja Cement. Tata Motors 3% higher for that name. We were talking to Ruchit as well as Pradeep Hotchandani. Both of them are still with us. Ruchit, any view on ICICI Bank?
I think it's a momentum play now. The higher top, higher bottom formation gets continued from where we left a couple of weeks back. And the previous week's high has also been crossed in today's trading session, which clearly indicates that the momentum is positive in this stock. Now I think going ahead, the stock could head towards for next week 250, and if 250 gets crossed, then probably up to 262, 263 would be the levels to watch in this stock. So our positive momentum which has been seen today, it may get carried over further in next week.
Pradeep, what is your view on ICICI Bank?
I think here I would watch out for 247, 248 kind of region. That's where its 34-week moving average is placed. And mind you, this is the worst performer in the private sector banking space. And 34-week moving average, which is something which it has not been able to cross since May 2015. So that is the area which will be a major resistance area from medium to long-term perspective. Once that is taken out, then we can talk about higher levels of 266 to 67. But as I mentioned, 248 is the region where its major moving averages, medium-term resistance area is placed.
Ruchit, what is your view on the closing? Closing above the 7,850 level, marginally above that level. First time highest since Jan 1.
So overall, coming on to Nifty, Pankaj, from the lows of 6,825, well, this is one of the impulsive up move what we have seen after a period of 1 year of downside momentum. So whenever there is an impulsive up move, generally comes during an uptrend, and which in this case has been seen in the last 1.5 months move. So I think this move would get continued maybe up to 79.20, 79.30 levels. If you ask me whether this move would continue, this momentum would continue and Nifty would cross 8,000 levels, and I don't think so. Nifty would cross immediately this 8,000 mark. 79.20, 79.30 resistance would come in there where it would complete its first impulsive up move. Once that impulsive up move is completed, there would be one more. There would be another corrective move from those levels. So I think 7930 would be the crucial level, resistance level to watch, which would mark the 161.8% retracement of recent corrective move. I'm not expecting any big upside 8,000 or beyond 8,000 from current levels, but yeah, definitely momentum is positive over here. So till 7920, 7930 comes, the stock specific move, positive action would continue what we are seeing from last 2-3 trading sessions.
Ruchit, the view on Ultratech Cement, we've spoken about this earlier, today up another 3%.
So we have been positive on the cement pack since last 1 month, Pankaj, and still continue to be positive on this pack. Although all-time high resistance is around 3360 is coming in is nearing over here, but I think the way the stocks have run up with quite a good volumes coming in, I think those resistance would be crossed. This is a fresh uptrend has been taking place in these cement stocks. So clearly the biasness would be positive in the stocks. 3360 would be the first level to watch, and once that is crossed, I think new highs of around 3480, 3500 could be seen in near term.
Right. Pradeep, your view on Ultratech?
Since Cement Pack, Ultratech and Shree Cement have been our preferred bets, we continue to like Ultratech. I think the all-time high of 3369 is the logical next target, which is quite near. Once that is taken out, then we can talk about higher levels. More importantly, in the mid-cap space, we have observed breakouts in Heidelberg Cement. So I think Heidelberg Cement is something which can move afresh and give a return of around 15 to 20% over the next couple of months. So overall, Ambuja Cement, ACC, even Ultratech, Heidelberg, Shree Cement, these are the stocks we like in Cement Pack. Yeah.
Right. Pradeep, we've not taken your closing comments. What do you make of the closing? You were pointing out that closing should be good, which has been good. You continue to maintain your levels?
Yes, I would continue to maintain my levels. More importantly, as I mentioned, 34-week moving average has been crossed decisively. Today being the weekly close, 77.77 was the previous top, and also the 34-week moving average. Nifty has been able to close above it on weekly basis. Also, if you draw a trend line joining the tops made in August 2015 and subsequent tops, that trend line has been taken out with this week's close. So I think further upside till about 79.70, as I mentioned, that clearly opens up, and once that is taken out, then 81.40, where 20-month moving average is placed, that will be the next target. So I would continue to be bullish on Nifty, and at least 100 point is the up move which I would watch out for in next couple of sessions.
Pradeep, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Ruchit, always a pleasure talking to you. We're taking a break. Our first after closing, we have the adjusted close, 141 points higher for the Nifty. The provision close was 138, so I don't think it has changed materially. In fact, there was no major movement in the last 20 odd minutes, so there was no reason actually for any major change. 141 higher for the Nifty. Taking a break, coming back in 2 minutes.